Before we start, show of hands, has anyone ever had their brothers or siblings practice their WWE superstar on them when they were younger? Because I certainly have. Being the youngest, I was his designated punching bag. But guess what? Now, even with him trying to RKO me, I'm sure I can give him a run for his money. Here with you today is Bahrain's first female Muay Thai fighter. Now you might be wondering, what led me to choose this path? Contact sports isn't everyone's cup of tea, but it definitely should be. It's an experience I believe everyone should at least taste. This sport has molded my character and built me with unwavering mental bravery, and it transformed my life. Many people assume that I'm a tough and aggressive person, but once they meet me, they get surprised to see my calm demeanor. In a world where family, society, and even strangers have questioned my choices, asking, why? You're a girl. Why would you subject yourself to such physicality? Why not embrace femininity? Well, I'm here to tell you that being a fighter does not diminish your femininity. You can be a lady and a fighter, a female fighter. And I'm living proof that you can have the best of both worlds. I love the same things most girls do. I like getting my nails done, I like dressing up and pampering myself with skincare routines, but what drew me into the sport is its detachment from emotion. It's not personal, it's a disciplined art form. I genuinely care for my opponents and I hope for friendship. However, within the confines of the ring, this sport demands a level of discipline and motivation that's unmatched to anything else. Did you know that in the Middle East, we have seen a remarkable surge in female participation in combat sports? In recent years, there has been an increase in talented female Muay Thai fighters, and they are breaking stereotypes and shattering barriers right here in our region. A study conducted in 2022 found that female participation in combat sports in the Middle East has increased by a staggering 75% over the past decade. These women aren't just throwing punches, they are making a powerful statement and they're talking about their strength and their resilience. But it hasn't all been smooth sailing. Society can be a terrifying opponent. The same study also announced that many female fighters in the MENA region face significant challenges, including stereotypes and cultural biases. It's almost like trying to dodge a punch from Muhammad Ali. So, let me tell you a story that drives home this point. A while back, I attended a major Muay Thai tournament with my team. Excitement was in the air, and we were all eager to see some powerful fights. However, something unusual happened that day. The team I was with, who were a bunch of tough guys who had a fair share of fights, they suggested that we could afford to be fashionably late because, as they put it, the girls' fights are on first, and those won't be as entertaining as the other fights. Now, call it a fighter's intuition, but I had a hunch that we were in for a surprise. So I insisted that we be there from the very beginning. And honestly, that was a decision I'd never regret. As the female fighters went into the ring, an electrifying energy filled the arena. These women were not here to prove a point. They were here to make history. Blow after blow, technique after technique, they showcased an incredible display of skill, determination, and complete power. The audience, including my initially skeptical team, they were on the edge of their seats, roaring with excitement. It wasn't just about gender. It was about heart, the dedication, and the raw talent on display. And then when the male fights finally came on, they had some pretty big shoes to fill, thanks to the incredible performance of the female fighters. And that day, we all left with a newfound respect for the athletes who chose to defy stereotypes and follow their passion regardless of gender. Now, let me give you 5 main lessons that I learned in my journey of being a Muay Thai fighter. When I first took a punch to the face during my 2nd week of sparring, I was left in shock. That was the harsh reality to this sport. And my fight or flight instincts kicked in. I thought to myself, well, this wasn't mentioned in the ad. But as time went on, I learned to control that initial rush of fear. Today, in such moments, I find focus. I can strategize my next move and anticipate my opponent's action and react with lightning speed. It's like playing chess, but with more punches and fewer pawns. My second lesson that I've learned is that discipline will always be the backbone of my journey. There are days which I feel like staying in bed, moments which I'd rather take the easy road. I absolutely have a love-hate relationship with my alarm clock. It's like my personal snooze button nemesis. But then I remember the main thing in my life that brings me fire. I force myself to do what I might not want to do in the moment because it's for my own betterment. I stay consistent to win because, let's face it, consistency is the only way to defeat that snooze button. The next thing I learned is that many believe that fitness is solely about physical strength, but it's just as much about mental resilience. You'll get knocked down, you'll want to quit, but you won't. When all the odds seem overwhelmingly impossible, you have to remind yourself that the outcome isn't decided until the referee raises a hand. There was an instance which I thought that I had lost, and I gave it my all. Just before the results was announced, I went to my coach to apologize for my perceived failure. But to my surprise, I had won because my heart and my body had given everything, and I didn't even notice. That brings me to my next lesson. Trust is the cornerstone to my relationship with my trainer. In the ring, you have no time to glance at your trainer or take breaks for a chat. You must trust their guidance wholeheartedly and act swiftly with instructions. Your trainer creates a game plan based off of your strengths and weaknesses, and that becomes your roadmap. Legendary fighter-trainer duos like Rocky and Mickey Goldmill, Muhammad Ali and Angelo Dundee, and countless others are built on love, respect, and above all, trust. You're not just fighting for yourself in the ring, you're fighting for your trainer too. It's like having a ringside supporter who's not afraid to yell, "No pain, no gain." My final lesson is that understanding your opponent is crucial, but it doesn't mean dissecting their every move. You'll study them while you're in the heat of battle. Never underestimate anyone, regardless of your or their experience and number of fights. Ego has no place in the ring, and neither does anger or hatred. Bringing those emotions will only throw you off your game. The key is to maintain a balance between your heart and your brain, and that balance is the secret to victory. Much like life outside the ring, I've learned to differentiate between situations that require logic and those that call for empathy. The ability to strike that balance is invaluable. So, what can you take away from my journey? I need you to break free from those constraints and barriers that's holding you back, whatever they may be. I want you to punch through those walls obstructing your path to success, no matter how scary or intimidating they seem. Remember, you can achieve anything you set your mind to, even if that means conquering your snooze button and getting out of bed on a Sunday morning. On a deeper level, though, I encourage each and every one of you to find your passion. It's that burning desire that gives you the drive to get out of bed each morning, and it pushes you towards your dreams. Embrace that passion with open arms and let it take you to go farther than you've ever thought was possible. Trust me, it's way more motivating than an extra 5 minutes of sleep. And maybe one day, you too can get through your own challenges. Whatever you do, never stop fighting for what you believe in. Thank you.